Okay, we are live. What's up, guys?
Hey,
Rob here. We got Kenny from Mr. Car Productions, and we got Thomas, HorrorFan34, Movie Buster himself.
That's me.
And yeah, we are back with another Rob's Horrific Hangouts. I changed it to Rob's Horrific Hangouts because Horror Hangouts is already taken. Sean, I didn't even realize Sean Urshan had that. He calls his the Horror Hangout. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just change it to something
yeah,
else.
that's a good idea too. So
Yeah.
the rest of them, the other two will probably be changed to horrific hangout as well, I guess.
Yeah, I already did that. So
Good.
um, this will be the third. Episode for this, and we are going to do our top 10 thrillers, which was Kenny's idea.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, this would be great. I'm looking forward to this.
I bet to say this was probably. I think this list was extremely fun to do because a lot of the ones I have are like very unique. Oh, some are very unique ones. I will say.
Right.
I wouldn't say some, but most of them are.
Hey, we got Dale in the chat, and we got Tony from Super
Yeah.
Shaman Brother.
Oh yeah,
Oh, guys.
Dale made it in.
Yeah. I think he said he was going to stop by. So, hey, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. I'm glad you finally were able to be here, Dale. Unlike what that glitch happened last time.
Yeah, because they all tried to chime in that first time, and then Rob had the little glitch on his end, and
yeah, Rob like, yeah,
and everything was so screwed up. Like me and Kenny were still going live, but yet Rob said he ended the live, so it was all kinds of fucked up.
Right.
Hey, at least none of us are laying in our bed right now.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to go there. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, us three, you know, don't watch 30 movies a week and actually have lives and work jobs.
Oh. Kenny, you better watch it down there in Texas. I'll just tell you that.
What about that?
We were talking about a real Texas Chainsaw Massacre now.
Oh man.
Oh, I've known that that wasn't actually in Texas anyway, but it keeps being called that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
I think
state.
he made Dale piss himself.
I'm not sure what state it was in anyway. I forget though.
I spit stuff out and Dale pisses. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, now he's laughing face.
All right.
Well, okay, let's before we start the top 10 thriller, we're going to go to Kenny. He's going to kind of reiterate what his list was the last time we did a live, which was our remakes. He wants to change, would you say, 4 of them?
No, I'm going to go through all 10, but that would go really quick. I can easily do that.
So if you just really quick, guys, if you have not seen our last live where we did the remakes, definitely check that out. And then, watch this one because he's going to change his list a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
All right, go ahead.
First at 10, I had Black Christmas.
Yep.
9 was My Bloody Valentine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
8, The Last House on the Left. 7, The Crazies.
Yep.
6, I had The Blob. I'm going to change it out to Mirrors. And
that's the change? Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
5, I had The Fly. I'm going to change it out to Willard.
Willard, okay.
I really like Willard. And then the 4, I had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm going to change it out to The Babadook. Probably not really a remake.
It's I think it's a remake of like the short. There's like a short film, I think.
Yeah, that's considered a remake.
3, I had The Hills Have Eyes. I'm going to change it out to The Invisible because I really like this one.
Oh, that's with the kid that was in War of the Worlds, right?
War of the Worlds, yes.
Wasn't that the kid who was like being dumb in War of the Worlds? He's like, oh, I want to join the army or something.
Well, it wasn't because of him, but
no, I know. But
2, I had the Amityville Horror, and 1, House on Haunted Hill. I was just wanted to
Okay.
go through those so I could change them out. Because
Okay.
one of these I wanted to review, and I didn't want to do it yet.
Okay. Okay. So that's
Now we
your.
can move on.
All right. Okay. Well, that's cool. So
All
yeah,
right.
guys, if you haven't seen our last one, go check it out. And then Kenny just did an update for his remake. So now we are going to tackle our top 10 thrillers. Like I said, this was Kenny's idea. The next stream we do is going to. Thomas has an idea, and do you want to reveal that at the end?
Sure. I'll say that for the very end.
Okay, we'll reveal what our next stream is going to be about at the end. So stay tuned for that.
I'm about to say, Rob, I wanted to ask you real quick. What did you think of the topic when I sent you the voice clip? Did you like it?
I really like the type of. I like it a lot.
Okay, good. So we'll say that for the very end.
Okay. All right. So top 10 thrillers, guys. I just want to ask this really quick. What do you guys prefer horror or do you prefer thriller? Because I know some people kind of put them together, but I actually don't. I think they're separate. There's so many thrillers. There's action thriller, there's suspense thriller, psychological thrillers,
horror thrillers, there's
so
drama thrillers.
Yeah, you said sci-fi, so it can be any of them really. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, there's so many films I could have went with that are like in so many subgenres of thriller. It was really hard to choose, but I narrowed it down to these 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have some action. I have some. Most of these are action thrillers, I will say.
I have action, psychological, sci-fi, but as a fan, I think I'm more of a horror fan than I am a thriller fan. I would say I am a thriller fan, but I think I like horror a lot more.
Right.
But anyway, okay, so who wants to go first with this? We'll do 10. We'll start with 10 and go to 1.
This is Kenny's idea, so I think Kenny should have
to
go first.
I was just going to say that. So yeah, Kenny, why don't we start with you?
Okay,
10. Number 10, yeah.
10, Broken.
Oh,
nice.
I've seen that one time.
This is a really good independent thriller, and it's definitely independent. It was not shot like it was a professional film, like we're used to.
Right, it's kind of raw shot. It's kind of shot like a raw, like almost. What do you say, like a low budget?
Yeah,
yeah.
But as the effects they were used.
I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm laughing at Dale's comment.
Even when the person watched 30 movies, I had Goosebumps episodes and called them movies.
I think I just pissed myself again.
I figured this would be a good one. Because not many know about this.
I haven't seen that in a while, but that's a good one though, from what I remember.
Yeah.
All right, we are off to.
I really like watching this. I saw it recently, and it was a good one to have in my top 10.
Whew.
It's a good one.
That is a good one. That is a really good. I never would have thought anybody pick that one.
Nah, this is why I mean, like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of movies in these top 10s that we're going to have that not many people would have think we would have in our lists.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's okay. Thomas, why don't you go with your number 10?
My number 10. I feel like this is such one of the most underrated films from the 80s. Southern Comfort.
I heard of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, Southern Comfort easily had to be like. Honestly, this is like if I had to prefer my version of Deliverance, this would be my choice because
okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Deliverance. I just never really got into Deliverance. I really like the cast in Deliverance, but when it comes to like those kind of plots, I kind of prefer movies like this.
Well, Deliverance doesn't really get good until almost like the third act. It just really doesn't.
And there's another one in my list that's kind of like Deliverance, but it's in a different setting. But I'll get to that when we get further up the list. But and I can't wait to talk about that one. But Southern Comfort easily in my top 10. I think it's one of Walter Hill's best films, and the cast in here is fantastic. They have Keith Carradine, Powers Booth, may he rest in peace. Fred Ward, may he rest in peace. You have T.K. Carter from The Thing. And I just love the whole setting of the Louisiana Bayou, the swamps, where these National Guards are they're doing their training, and then they piss off the local Cajuns, and then they get chased, and the local people know the land while these guys don't. So it's kind of like a fish out of water story of these guys trying to escape the locals, and there's some good chase scenes, and I just I love the setting. Like that's what really makes this film really good is the setting, and I think the direction by Walter Hill is amazing. And what also helps this film is a powerhouse cast like Powers Booth, Fred Ward, and Keith Carradine. Great cast of actors. And Fred Ward, one of the few roles where he plays a sort of a dickhead, sort of in a way.
Well, he played a dickhead in have you seen the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez?
It's been forever.
He plays a dickhead in that.
And if
I know.
When Count Joe Dirt, he kind of plays a douche in that too. But in a funny way though. But I've always been a big fan of Fred Ward. I miss the guy a lot.
Me too.
Same with Powers Booth. I love Fred Ward and Remo Williams, Tremors 1 and 2, and there's so many other movies.
He was funny in Road Trip.
Yeah,
Road Trip.
He charged that freaking meal to that freaking card.
He was hilarious in Road Trip.
Yeah.
And Powers Booth, I miss a lot. So the bad guy in Sudden Death, Frailty. So many great actor.
Tombstone,
he's great in Tombstone.
Oh yeah, he's really good in that.
Yeah, he was great in Tombstone. That cast alone is just in itself. But yeah, Southern Comfort easily my number 10.
Now you said that's like Deliverance. Is it like a kind of a not a horror, but I didn't think Deliverance was a thriller, but that's more the thriller side of it.
It's more. It's a little bit of action, but it's more of a thriller.
Okay.
Sort of like Deliverance, where that's
Deliverance is more.
Deliverance.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a thriller.
Yes, but Southern Comfort is a great one, and I like the tagline. It's the land of hospitality, unless you don't belong there.
Right.
Great tagline. So yeah, Southern Comfort is my number 10.
That's a good one.
Very nice. Okay.
Rob, what do you got?
I'm going to go with kind of a newer film. And this is considered to be a survival thriller, and it is Fall.
I heard of that one. Yes.
Yeah.
This
Whether
one,
top of that, whatever.
they climb a 2,000-foot tower, and they can't get down, and so they have to figure out ways to like survive and try to get help and try to get down. Dude, this movie will F you up. It will. Honestly.
And if you don't like heights, it'll really fuck you up.
It is so realistic and so like I'm sitting there the whole time going like this. I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What are they doing? And Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in this for a little bit. It's got the girl, actually the girl right here, the blonde. I don't remember her name. I don't know if it's Virginia Gardner, but she was the one in 2018 Halloween she was the babysitter that gets killed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So this is a really good film, guys. If you have not seen it, I definitely recommend it. It kind of reminds me of like when you see the movie Frozen, which was basically a survival horror film.
Yeah.
Where they're stuck on the ski lift and they have to get down. Imagine that, but on a tower.
Pretty much.
So that's basically what it is. So
that would be the perfect kind of film to be shown in those those dome IMAX screens.
Oh yeah, like in those big,
yeah, you're right.
Those big,
because it shows a lot of that.
Yeah,
that would be. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah. So
I've been in that sort of like IMAX dome.
Every time I went in one of those, I always got disoriented.
She's going to bed. She wants to say night night.
Hi.
Hi. Man, she is getting so big, Rob.
Yeah, it looks like her hair was cut.
No, she's got her hair is just going crazy now. So
that was sort of like my sister when she was younger. Whenever she woke up, she looked like Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
She loves looking at you with big eyes. And oh, I thought she was going to hit you on the head.
Okay, night night.
Night.
Night night time.
Night night.
So what is she, about a few months to a year old?
She'll be a year next month on the 9th.
Wow.
It's
Yeah, I
funny.
remember.
Her birthday, my wife's birthday are all in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you showed or posted pictures about how it was progressing.
Yeah, she's been good, but anyway, yeah, that's my number 10 is fall. So
all right, 9.
So yeah, let's move on to number 9.
Number 9.
What do you got, Kenny?
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
Ooh.
Wow, I have not seen that in a long time.
I really do like this one. This is one of his most underrated thrillers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's. I don't think I've seen that since the early 2000s.
Oh, and the director of this has actually passed away.
Who's the director?
Michael Cimino. He passed away in 2016 or 17. I think it was 16.
And what was his name again?
It's kind of a weird one to say. Cimino, Cimino.
Oh.
But it's pronounced Cimino or something like that.
Cimino, okay.
Yeah, I really do enjoy seeing this one. But as I was saying, I think this is one of Clint Eastwood's most underrated. Because out of all his whole filmography, I hardly hear anyone ever talk about this.
I feel like whenever you hear about Clint Eastwood, it's always Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Either Dirty Harry or Gran Torino.
Like all you hear about for Clint Eastwood is either like Dirty Harry or Gran Torino. That's really about it.
Gran Torino. Another one I really liked. Another one I liked was in 2002 called Bloodwork.
Bloodwork is a good one.
That's another one that's underrated.
I think I have that.
My favorite, surprisingly enough, my favorite Clint Eastwood film is The Rookie.
Yes, with
Charlie
Sheen.
Yeah, and Raul Julia.
The late Raul Julia.
Yeah,
I like this one also with Jeff Bridges.
Oh yeah, a very young Jeff Bridges. Yeah, very young.
Even a young Clint too, but he was already pretty well known by this point.
Oh, even back then, like the dude's like 94 now. God bless his
soul.
Yeah.
But
his son's a good actor too, though.
Oh yeah,
Scott.
Yeah,
Scott. Yeah,
wasn't Scott?
I like Clint more than I do Scott.
Scott was in Gran Torino.
Was he in the 2016 Suicide Squad?
I think so. I know he was in like some of the.
That was what's his name? Who's Joel Kinnaman? Who is RoboCop?
Oh yeah, Joel.
Oh, Flag. He played Flag.
Yeah, Randall Flag.
Yeah, that's my line.
No, I literally just said Randall Flag. I'm like, no,
he's from The Stand.
This isn't The Stand,
but his name is Flag.
Rick Flag, not Randall
Flag.
No, he didn't play in The fucking Stand. Come on, Thomas.
Hey, Anthony, what's up?
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Anthony.
Hey.
Yeah, we're doing good. How about you?
I'm doing really good.
That's a good one, though, Kenny.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, for a Clint Eastwood, shoot, I never thought anybody would pick that. But
I've always enjoyed this one. And to me, I think it is one of his most underrated.
Nice.
All right.
That's
your number 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Thomas, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Trespass.
Oh, I figured that'd be there somewhere.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trespass. Easily. It's kind of funny. Trespass, I saw this the same year. I think the first time I saw this was 2010. I discovered it the same year as I watched Judgment Night. Because after I saw Judgment Night, I really wanted to see like similar plots that were like this movie.
Isn't there one with Nicolas Cage? Is that the remake?
Oh yeah,
that was a Bad Lieutenant.
No. There's
No,
a there's
there is a
called
trespass. There is a trespass with Nick Cage and Nicole Kidman.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
I don't know if
okay,
that was
yes,
like
I
a
remember.
remake or.
Nah, it has nothing to do with this.
I
Oh, okay.
remember that
This
one.
is far better than that piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that one. I haven't seen the Nicolas Cage.
But basically, for people out there who don't know what trespass is, basically you take the idea of Judgment Night and you put it in one location, pretty much in this abandoned building where you have two firemen played by the late great Bill Paxton, may rest in peace, and William Sadler. They find this map for gold. They go to the building where it's supposed to be at. Little do they know, they're on a gang's turf. The gang murders someone. They witness it. They grab the younger brother of the main gang member, Ice-T, hostage, and then they're trapped in the building, and they have reinforcements come in. And so a great cast of characters. You have Bill Paxton, you have Ice-T and Ice Cube as two of the villains. You have William Sadler. And some of the other members of the gang, you have Glenn Plummer from Speed. You also have Tiny Lister Jr. from Friday.
Yeah, he passed away.
Tiny Lister. You also have I forget the guy's name, but he played Ray Mitchell, Angels in the Outfield. He's one of the gang members. You also have, I think, Byron Davis, who is in Above the Rim. He's one of the villains. Another villain in here, and of course you have Art Evans from Die Hard 2 as the homeless guy that Bill Paxton and William Sadler encounter. He's pretty funny in the movie. He has some great lines when they're trying to, Bill Paxton trying to buy his silence, and he's like, here's $40. Here, what you're gonna give me a mule too? Fuck you. I love Art Evans as the bum character is funny as shit. Like when there's gunfire going, and then his chair tips over, and he's on the floor. He's like, "You two, get over here! Get me off this damn floor! What the fuck you trying to do? Get me killed? We thought he was a cop. What, you stupid bastard? You would fall for that shit. He was wearing a uniform. You're just a stupid dumbass redneck. Shut your goddamn mouth, you black son of a bitch. Black son of a bitch. Fuck you. Kiss my black ass." I love the dialogue in the film. The dialogue is great. And ironically enough, this is and speaking of Southern Comfort, this was also directed by Walter Hill. Walter Hill,
right, yeah.
Well, and and I keep forgetting the music's by Ry Cooder of all people. Ry Cooder did the music to this.
Does he have a cooter? I'm tired.
Long day.
And basically, it has some really nice action set pieces, like when Bill Paxton goes down the window and he bursts through the window like a firefighter with, like, using a thing to climb down. Then he swings through the window. I think Ice-T does a good job as the villain. I really like Bill Paxton and William Sadler. Like, what really helps this film is the cast. The cast in here they got for this is fantastic. And just an overall, if people out there, if you like Judgment Night and you want to see a film similar to that but set in one spot, I think you would not be disappointed in Trespass. Easily my number 9.
Yeah, it sure seems like it's a combination of the Goonies and Dread.
Oh yeah, because Dread was sort of like in one spot. Yeah, in this one.
Because then you said a treasure or something.
Yeah, there's gold, and they're trying to find it.
Kenny Dale said he subbed to you.
Yeah, I was meaning to respond to that. I
almost forgot too. In the very beginning of this, when they find the map to go find the gold, the guy that gives them the map, because it's a guy they're trying to save from a burning building, and he gets engulfed in the flames. The guy that plays him is Ted's dad from the Bill and Ted movies.
Oh,
Let's grow.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that?
What was that?
Is that DVD you have from overseas. Is it PAL?
This?
Yeah, because it's
This is a Shout
white.
Factory Blu-ray.
Huh?
This is a Shout Factory Blu-ray.
Oh, it's just saying Shout Factory. Sorry. Okay, I thought it was
Shout Select. It's definitely better than the DVD I had because this has brand new interviews. It has a brand new interview with William Sadler. Has a brand new interview with Bob Gale. One of the other producers has a featurette on the stunts. Has a little making of from back in the day.
Yes.
Has the old features from the DVD.
Sorry, yeah. I'm used to seeing red and white like that if it being overseas or like PAL or something. It isn't.
But yeah, Trespass is an underrated gem in my opinion.
Yeah,
I love that movie a lot.
Okay. All right, it's your number 9.
Yep.
All right. My number 9 is, I guess it's well known. I feel like when it comes to Wes Craven, it's kind of like one of his most underrated movies, and it's Red Eye.
Red Eye, nice.
I own that one. I was going to pick that, but I was thinking of something else. I really like Red Eye.
Red Eye is great.
Yeah, this movie. I mean, those who don't know, it's basically Rachel McAdams is on a plane. Cillian Murphy's there, and he kind of befriends her and kind of holds her hostage in a way. Saying that if she doesn't listen to him, he's going to kill her father, and she needs to do all this stuff in order for that not to happen. And the whole movie, what?
She can't go anywhere because she's stuck on the plane.
Right, and and they did the whole movie on the plane. Most of the movie takes place on the plane. So, yeah, dude, I think what makes this movie work is the dialogue. The conversations between them two, that's the best thing about it, I think. But yeah, this is a great movie. It's a psychological thriller, is what it's listed as. So yeah,
I love watching that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I had to put that on my list for sure. So that's my number 9.
All right, my 8.
Number 8.
The Clearing.
Oh, with Robert Redford, right?
Oh,
yeah.
And Willem Dafoe, yeah.
This one is one of his more underrated that he has ever been in my opinion. And I think it was based on a true story or something. I think it was supposed to be. And this is where he also gets taken hostage and taken into a forest by Willem Dafoe's character. And that's really what it is. So this is great. Had any of you ever seen this one?
I saw it on TV a while back.
I think I saw that when it was on cable. It
was on cable.
Yeah. I remember when that was brand new back in 2004.
Yeah, this is one that hardly is ever talked about. I know Matt Ramble Rap for Life. He did a review of it, which was more of a rant. I don't think he has it uploaded anymore.
Matt did a rant. Oh, that never happens.
Yeah, but for a long time when I reviewed it, my review was the only one up of this.
Yeah,
but I love watching this one. This is an excellent thriller. This has Alessandro Nivola from Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, yeah.
He's the son. Or something.
Yeah.
And Helen Mirren is great too.
I love Jurassic Park 3.
I've always enjoyed that one.
Me too. Yeah.
That one is highly underrated. But that's my 8, The Clearing.
That's a good pick. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like these lists so far. All right, Thomas, number 8.
My number 8 when it came to thrillers, this is kind of more of a drama thriller, but this is easily had to be in my top 10.
Okay.
Falling Down.
Yes.
That did not make my 10. It was almost there.
I love watching
Falling
that.
Down.
Yeah.
Easily my favorite Michael Douglas movie. Easily my favorite.
Schumacher.
I love it so much.
It's easily my favorite Michael Douglas film. It's my favorite role of his. It's my favorite performance of Michael Douglas. He gives it, and I think Michael Douglas himself considers this his favorite film he's ever wasn't he
nominated for an Oscar or something?
I don't think this was nominated for anything.
No, he didn't get. I don't think he got nominated for anything. He should have. He was
great in this.
This movie is the epitome of like someone who has been stressed out and is tired of society, and he just like honestly, when I think of how he's thinking, I think the same way. Like I understand him in this movie. Like
exactly.
You know,
he does all the wrong things. Like
he does all the wrong things, but you understand.
You understand where he's coming from,
right? Yeah. Like when he's in the convenience store and he's like, "I'm not going to pay 99 cents for a stick of soda," and he, you know,
and then there was a restaurant too.
Yeah, he goes in the restaurant once. He's like, "I don't think she likes the special sauce, Rick."
Yeah.
And you, ma'am, how's the food? I think we got ourselves a critic.
Yeah.
He doesn't like special sauce, Rick. It's a joke.
I don't want lunch. I want some breakfast.
You'll have to.
It was after breakfast.
Yeah. He's like, we stopped serving breakfast. He's like, I know you stopped serving breakfast. Sheila told me you stopped serving breakfast.
why am I calling you Rick and Sheila? I don't even know you.
Wasn't that Joel Schumacher also the director?
Yeah, Schumacher.
Yes.
May he rest in peace as well.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people that I'm mentioning have passed away. Fred Ward, Powers Booth, Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
How many people just... Sorry, somebody... Sorry, go on.
Easily my favorite Joel Schumacher movie. Easily.
Hands down. That's my favorite.
Somebody dismiss him because of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Hey, I like Batman Forever.
I do too.
I love that. I really like that one. But he's done so many great ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has.
He did.
Falling Down is on another level. That movie is like...
Right.
For people out there who thinks he's a shit director, have you not seen this movie? Have you not...
Exactly. I don't think a lot of people realize he directed it.
Have you seen... People out there, have you seen this? Have you seen The Lost Boys? Have you seen Flatliners? Have you seen The Client? Have you seen...
Yeah, The Lost
Booth.
All you have to say is The Lost Boys. I mean,
hell, I love DC Cab.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good.
I love DC Cab.
They don't like Batman and Robin. I like to watch it and make fun of it, but
But Falling Down, easily my favorite Joel Schumacher movie, my favorite Michael Douglas movie. Easily, it had to have been in my top 10. I could not go on with a top 10 thriller without mentioning Falling Down. I love it.
It would have made my list, but God, so many of these other ones, I just couldn't put it above that. So well, that's cool. I'm glad someone mentioned it. So, all right, that's number 8.
Robert Duvall's great in that too.
Oh yeah,
yes. He's the officer.
Yeah, he's the cop.
Okay, my number 8 is
my
number 8 is Hard Candy.
Hard Candy. Great
choice.
You
reviewed that one, or you talked about it at some point.
I've talked about it before, but have you seen this one, Kenny?
I think I have, yeah.
Patrick Wilson basically plays like a pedophile in this movie.
Yeah,
and I don't really want to like spoil or anything, but like, let me just say that Elliot Page. Whoops. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, let's just say she was Ellen Page here. Okay.
Yes.
Did a fantastic job in this movie. Like, honestly, the acting was great. And Patrick Wilson, any movie this guy is in, he is great. Whether it's The Founder or Aquaman or whatever.
Conjuring movies,
Insidious. He is so good in every
Aquaman.
movie. Yeah. So,
Yeah, he's
this
returning in.
this is
He's
definitely one.
returning in Aquaman too.
Yeah.
it is.
Sorry, go on.
This is definitely one to see.
Mm.
I just think like it kind of opens your eyes on certain things, I guess, when it comes to these kind of people that he plays. And I don't know, it's just it's nuts. There's this one scene, like I'm not going to give anything away, but there's this one scene where he's going to get his nuts cut off, and
Yeah.
that whole scene is really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might also be why.
That's all I'm going to
Might
say.
also be why it's hard candy.
Yeah, he's got some hard candy, all right. But yeah, that's my number 8. I had to put that in there.
Great movie.
I freaking love that movie. So
Nice.
Dale, I thought he said, I don't know where my
hard candy on Blu-ray.
when he said I got hard candy, I'm like I started thinking like. Then he said on Blu-ray. I'm like, all right. Okay.
That wasn't going where we were hoping.
I don't know where my mind's going to bad. My mind is going to naughty places right now. All right.
All right.
So
7.
moving on to
7.
Number 7.
The Ghost Rider. Not that Nicolas Cage one, Ghost Rider. This is.
I don't think I've seen that one.
The Ghost Rider.
I don't think I have either.
Where he played.
Is that Pierce Brosnan? Yeah.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Okay.
Where Ewan McGregor plays this writer who does writing for him, and then it's kind of almost like a political thriller, and he starts finding out more information about the previous person who was writing for him, and then then it becomes a web of intrigue, basically. So this is an excellent one, The Ghost Rider. So the word ghost is in red, so it's kind of hard to see.
I'll have to check that out.
I love watching this one too. You two hadn't seen this one?
I have not seen that one, no.
Yeah, this is definitely an underrated. It has let's see, Tom Wilkinson, Olivia, Kim Cattrall.
Oh,
so this is an excellent one. If anyone hasn't seen this, I recommend this one.
What year did that come out?
It was in 2010.
Okay, all right.
It was. I think the reason maybe that many probably hadn't seen it was because it was Roman Polanski, that weird director. But other than that, I besides him aside, I have always enjoyed what he has directed.
Well, you got to separate the director part of him and then the whatever side of him. So
yeah, but
he did what he did or whatever he did, and it's like
I've always enjoyed what he has directed though. I think he directed Frantic with Harrison Ford. That is incredibly underrated. I think he has to find his missing wife, and he keeps being told there is no wife. So, I highly recommend that one. I really enjoy that.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, number 7. Number 7, Thomas.
My number 7, Breakdown.
Yeah, I knew someone would have that.
That didn't even make my top 10. I fucking love that movie.
Breakdown is great. Easily one of my favorite Kurt Russell films. Basically, it kind of reminds me of Road Games in a way.
Yeah.
Pretty much if Kurt Russell started in Road Games, it's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell would you want a piece of shit like this when you got to ride like this?
Yeah.
But yeah, easily Kurt Russell's one of his best performances. JT Walsh plays a fantastic bad guy.
I miss him.
Yeah,
It's got the sheriff, or it's the sheriff is the guy from Cliffhanger.
Yes.
He plays Travis.
Oh, that's right.
Wasn't that Kathleen Quinlan also?
Kathleen Quinlan,
yeah.
Yep. She was good in that too. She's not in the movie that much, but she's still good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easily one of Kurt Russell's finest films.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's easily the director's best film, Jonathan Mostow, who did Terminator 3.
Yeah.
no,
I like that.
I was familiar with J.T. Walsh. Like, he was in A Few Good Men. And
Walsh did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a lot of stuff. But I first came across J.T. Walsh in A Few Good Men, and then I think that was the second movie I saw him, and then I started watching other movies with him.
Oh yeah,
he's Negotiator,
Outbreak.
Yeah, Outbreak. Yep.
Narrow Margin with Gene Hackman. The Negotiator.
Yep.
Pleasantville was one of his last.
Wasn't The Negotiator his last film he ever did?
Well, one of them was.
I don't know.
Because I think he passed away in 1998.
Yeah, please.
And this was 97, so this is probably one of the last film, one of the second to last films he starred in.
Right.
But I love this film, and for people out there, this Blu-ray is worth picking up because it does have a commentary track with Kurt Russell and the director.
Yep, I got that one.
Yeah, he doesn't do commentaries a lot, does he?
Not as much as he used to, because him and John Carpenter always did commentaries together back in the day.
Okay.
But Breakdown easily had to be my number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Love
awesome.
that.
Yeah, love that
film.
Freaking awesome movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 7. I think you guys know of it, and it is The River Wild.
Nice.
That's
I'm not. There's Kevin Bacon plays a bad guy here, which I think suits him really well. It's really cool to see him as a bad guy. He's kind of a bad guy in Cop Car, but in a way, but I feel like he really steals the show here.
Is that one of his earliest where he was a villain?
I believe this was the first. I believe this was the first villain role for him. It was let's see, 1994. 94, yeah. But it's a great movie. Meryl Streep's good. I like the whole river thing. That's what's his name? Who plays Terry? John C. Reilly. He's considered the funny man, but he's not funny here. He's serious.
No.
Before he became that,
yeah,
he was in Days of Thunder, and in Days of Thunder he had a small role, but he was not the funny guy. This was way before he started being all funny. But it's a good. What?
Yeah, not many know about him being more dramatic.
More serious roles, yeah.
Now he's more known as this funny man. It was like the backwards for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Started funny and then went to serious.
Right. He went from Van Wilder to things like Buried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is a good one.
That's a good one.
One of my favorite 90s movies. So all right. Okay, number 6.
Number 6.
Yep.
6, The Interpreter.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn.
Yes.
I know a lot of people don't really like seeing Sean Penn, but I like this film, and this is one of the last for Sidney Pollack that he directed in his life. This is 3 years before he died, but the last one he ever directed.
Who's that?
The director, Sidney Pollack.
Oh, yeah.
And she's the interpreter, and she has to try and interpret this a voice because she thinks an assassination attempt is going to happen, and then her life ends up being in danger because of what she knows. So Sean's character is trying to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of you seen this? You probably heard of it.
No, I've seen it.
This is 2005. It says 4, but I remember in 2005. So yeah, I highly enjoy this one. This is an excellent one. If anyone hasn't seen this, I saw this one again recently. So and I love watching this. it's
Yeah.
it's
Good
this
one.
is definitely a tense thriller. So that's my
Yes.
6.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thomas, what's your number 6?
My number 6. We are sticking on the Kurt Russell train. You probably guessed what number 6 is, right?
Unlawful Entry.
Yeah, baby.
Unlawful Entry. Yeah.
Unlawful Entry. I could not go on a list for thrillers also,
Ray
just like
Liotta.
falling down or something like that without mentioning this.
Ray Liotta.
You're a worthless
Unlawful-
fucking whore. You're the only fucking whore that's like every fucking whore I've ever met in my life. Ray Liotta is awesome, man. Ray Liotta is great.
And that's another guy that we've lost.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ray
man,
Liotta.
that's sad. That's sad, man.
But yeah, easily another one of my favorite Kurt Russell movies. This was 92, I believe. And
Yeah.
figure this is the same year that we had The Hand That Rocks the Cradle that came out the same year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love that film too, but it didn't make
Yeah,
it
it's another good one.
that
Yeah.
way, but I love that film too. But I love this film to death. Kurt Russell does a great job. Ray Liotta, easily one of my favorite roles of his as the villain. Madeline Stowe. You also have the musical score by James Horner is great.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
He passed away too. Right?
just an excellent all around, just cat and mouse game between this guy and this cop. And Ray Liotta. And Ray Liotta does such a great job. He's very charming at first, but then he's unraveling as a psycho, and he does it so well. You can totally buy him as a charming individual who seems like a good cop, but then he turns does a 180 and becomes full on psycho. He does it so well, and makes me rewatching this film again made me miss Ray. This is like one of the first things I watched after Ray Liotta passed away, and it made me miss the guy even more. He had such a talented actor. And him going toe to toe with Kurt Russell was just perfect. Like two dynamic actors going at it like that. Unlawful Entry, easily my number 6.
That reminded me of that John Travolta and Vince Vaughn thriller.
Oh, Domestic Disturbance.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It certainly made me think of that.
I could have put that on my list too, but it didn't quite make it either.
All right, number 6. No one has mentioned this yet.
Okay.
It is an action thriller, and I went with Taken.
Taken.
I love that one. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I love that.
Yes, this is easily one of Liam Neeson's best.
Yeah,
it should have said there's one.
Yeah, it should have just been one movie.
Yeah, it should have been one and done. It should have been one done. Yeah. Taken 2 has some good moments, but I think the story is really stupid, to be honest. But yeah, the first Taken really makes you think like what the world is really like. When his daughter gets basically taken, and then he has to go after him. It really kind of makes you scared to like go into like another country,
Right.
and stuff. I mean, stuff happens around this country, but I'm just saying, like going to another country, you don't know, what's going to happen, and all the crazy things with trafficking and all that. So,
which is a real thing, sadly.
It is. It's a real thing.
I think Liam Neeson has been now ever since, and he's tried to have a hit and miss career with action now for maybe 20 years.
For a while there, after this came out and it was really popular, he started making like Nonstop and Commuter and like these movies that kind of like he's trying to mimic what he did here, but I don't think those are even close to like what he did here.
Yeah, and he's still been doing it.
Right. Yeah. So
and he had like Run All Night.
you know what they should have done?
and then
They should have
there's-
had Liam Neeson be in the Expendables. They should have added him in the
yeah,
Expendables.
I would
Easily.
have liked him more than Chuck Norris in 2.
Well, no, I like Chuck Norris, but I want to see Liam Neeson like at least in part 3 or something.
Yeah, I rather see Liam Neeson than Kellen Lutz or Ronda
Yeah,
Rousey.
Kellen. Yeah, get the
Yeah.
hell out of here with the come on.
Like,
Yeah,
there's so
hey.
like where? How about Liam Neeson? Like, how about I don't
Yeah.
know. How about
Tom Cruise.
How about Michael Jai White
Yeah.
Yes.
or other act? How about trying to think of like action stars that you might not think of. Like, how
Gerard
about
Butler.
maybe Oliver Gruner? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, but this, I mean, if I want to watch some good action, I watch this movie. So
Yes.
Yeah,
And most, like I was thinking, most people who really know him as trying to be this action guy now. But I grew up watching him, say, in what was it, Michael something? Wait, it was this drama, not Michael Clayton, but something else, which is so I really liked him as being more of a dramatic actor, like
Right.
Les Miserables.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, now we are on to top 5.
5.
5.
Now
My
these
5.
should be really interesting.
My 5, Primeval.
Oh,
This is the other one of those the alligator or crocodile.
yes.
Film. Most
Yes,
people
I
would
do like this one. I do like that one.
Primeval's
most people really prefer Rogue, but I went with the opposite because I thought this is underrated.
I like
really
both.
like this one.
Rogue and that one's good. They're both good.
Yeah, this has Dominic Purcell from Blade Trinity, but he is a lot better in this one.
Yeah, I would say so.
And this
Yeah,
is based on a true story. But yeah, this is my 5. I love watching this. It's just I'm really underrated. This has a blood. This can get pretty bloody.
Blade Trinity. God.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my 5.
What a hot mess that movie was.
Yeah, and partly because of Wesley Snipes. He was making it
Triple
hard.
H.
Yeah.
Fucking Parker Posey. God. Well, that's a great number 5.
Yeah,
Thomas.
I love watching that.
Now, my number 5, remember I was talking about Southern Comfort earlier, how I was going to get to another film that's very similar to Deliverance. But when I think of like thrillers, like when I think about like some of the most underrated movies ever, this is easily one of the ones I think of. And I saw this for the first time maybe like 2 or 3 years ago because it just came out on Blu-ray from Scorpion. But my number 5, Raw Courage.
Right, yes, I heard of that one. I think I've seen it.
Yes.
Raw Courage. Basically, you take Deliverance and you put it in the desert, pretty much, where you have these
guy on a motorcycle.
You have 3 distance. You have these 3 guys who are marathon runners. They're going to do one last big lap before the big competition. They're out running in the New Mexican desert. They're doing their maneuvers. Then they get captured by these sort of like military militia folks, and it starts off as a joke. They say like, "Oh, we were just using you as the target for practice." One thing leads to another. One of the military people are treating this woman that works for them horribly. These guys speak up for her. They don't like that, so they let them go on a warning, and then they go back on their warning. And then I'm not spoiling it, but one of these 3 get killed. And basically from there, it's a big war between the runners and the military people.
But is he an archer? Because he has arrows.
Oh yeah, well they have arrows, they have guns, they have they're riding on dirt bikes and so they have all kinds of weaponry. While these guys don't have anything.
Right.
They're running low on water and. It has a great cast of people. 3 marathon runners. You have Ronnie Cox, You also have Art Hindle, who was in The Brood.
Mhm.
He was in the original Black Christmas.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, you also have Tim Mayer, this kid here. I don't know if you can see him, but right there from Psycho 2.
Or the one at the end here.
He was the one. He was the one that went into the wine cellar with his girlfriend, and they get killed in Psycho 2.
Right.
M. Emmett Walsh is your villain. Great character actor from Critters and Missing in Action. Just tons of stuff he was in. And funny enough, one of the other villains, I don't know if you can see him, but that guy right there being impaled right there.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
I can't see.
The guy that's,
You got a reflection.
Yeah, I mean, I can see barely, but
I can see it. Yeah. Who is it?
William Russ, the dad from Boy Meets World.
Oh,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he plays the son of M. Emmett Walsh in the film, and that's a great moment too, where Tim Mayer and
that's right, he does. Why didn't I?
And William Russ, who was he the father of in Boy Meets World?
I think he was Ryder Strong's dad.
Okay, so he was
Will Friedel's dad. I don't know which one because I never really watched Boy Meets World all that much.
Yeah.
But it's a great cast of characters, and it's if you like films, if you want to see Deliverance done in the desert, this is easily one to go check out, and has some. It really does make you feel like you're out there with these guys in the desert, like you can feel them running out of water and things like that. And there's a great scene where they're rolling down the hill, they trip over on some rocks, and they're tumbling down and down Ronnie Cox's, and he stops dead in his tracks. There's a rattlesnake like right there, and he stops dead in his tracks. And so many great. Just I don't want to spoil it too much, but if you like films, want to see Deliverance done in the desert, this is easily one you got to see. Raw Courage,
right.
Easily for the longest time that was only on VHS tape for so long, and then Scorpion, I guess associated with Kino Lorber, finally released that on DVD and Blu-ray for the first time because it was only.
Are they a recent distributor? I never heard of them.
What, Scorpion?
Yeah, Scorpion.
They've been around for a little bit. They're not as popular as Kino or Vestron or
And this was from what year is this from? 1984.
Oh, okay.
1984. Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
long before William was in Boy Meets World.
Yeah, he was very, very young, William Russ.
Okay, that's your number 5. All right.
Yep.
All right, I have a De Niro back to back here.
Okay.
So my number 5 is The Fan.
The Fan, nice.
Yes, I love that.
Love that film.
Psychological thriller with Snipes and De Niro going at it, and it's a kind of a sports thriller because it's revolves around baseball.
Yeah.
And I like when he's always like, "Hey, Bobby! Hey, Bobby!"
Niro is the kind of this obsessed fan, isn't it? Right?
He's a fan. He's an obsessed Giants fan.
And Wesley Snipes is the baseball player.
And Wesley Snipes gets traded to the Giants because he's a good hitter, but he like Snipes has number 11. That's his jersey. But when he gets traded, it's 33. So Snipes feels like he can't hit because he needs his number. He needs his original number to do it. You know how sport like guys think in sports when they don't wash their jock strap because they can feel they consider it to be lucky.
Yeah.
Like they do certain things like that. So like Snipes is all pissed off because he can't get his original number 11. Benicio del Toro's in this, and he has number 11. So
right.
But then you have De Niro, who's like this obsessed fan. He'll do anything to like help Snipes' character out, and he tries to help him out. by calling on the phone and like trying to give him advice and stuff, but like then he just goes batshit crazy. Like,
What's new?
This is like honestly, this movie it's kind of sad at the end too. Like, it's directed by Tony Scott, and I don't know. I think he did fantastic with this.
I miss him.
May he rest in peace as well, Tony Scott.
Yeah. So, anybody out there who hasn't seen The Fan, you're missing out. You need to check
And
it out.
if you like Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes, that's definitely a must.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, with Robert De Niro, like if you go through his filmography, like The Fan is
either his most underrated or definitely one of his most underrated performances.
Yeah, true.
Yes. All right, that's number 5. Let's move on to number 4, Kenny.
Number 4,
Tequila Sunrise. This is
wow.
one with
Kurt Russell. Speaking of Kurt Russell,
this was in 1988, long before the ones you were showing, Thomas. And I highly enjoy this one.
Is Tequila Sunrise Mel Gibson as well?
Yeah, Mel.
Yeah, he's right there on the.
Yeah, but that's Mel Gibson. Yep.
And I think the story is they're part of the story is they both started falling in love with Michelle Pfeiffer's character, and they were going to. I think he was a drug dealer or something, and Kurt plays the police officer who is always suspecting him, and they're all three are doing this around and around thing of going after each other. Well, Mel and Kurt, that is. But this is a great one, and it's hard to tell on the front, but Kurt, he has that kind of slick back hair look.
Oh yeah,
he does not do a lot.
Yeah,
and this is an extremely young Mel also.
I think the only time he did that in the newest Fast and the Furious movies, like he had his hair kind of like.
Well, yeah, it's one of the rare times, but I love watching this. Oh, and this is Raul Julia.
Oh, Raul Julia's in that as well.
Yes, and he sometimes sings in this, and he's not a bad singer. He was not a bad singer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 4. So that's my 4.
Well, these lists are great.
Yeah, these are like honestly, like all the ones that you guys are listing, I would never think like, okay, that's what you're gonna pick.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really cool. All right, I think this gives some good recommendations too to people.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Thomas, you're number 4.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4, Manhunter.
Ooh,
I love that.
That's good. Yes.
Yeah, Manhunter. Easily.
That's the collector's edition again, signed.
Yeah, signed by Tom Noonan. Yep.
So I prefer Manhunter over Red Dragon. How about you?
I do too.
I think Brian Cox, even though I love Anthony Hopkins, Brian Cox is awesome.
He is great as Lecter.
He's more low key than Anthony. So I thought he did better.
Anthony has his own style, but Brian has his own style, and I think Silence of the Lambs legendary, but Manhunter I don't think gives enough credit. I honestly don't.
No.
But
I like Red Dragon though.
Red Dragon's good. It's good, but
this is basically the '80s Red Dragon.
Yes. Yeah.
They changed the title for it to be that.
Although I do like, and of course everybody knows this cover much more.
Yeah.
And honestly, as much as I love, I think Edward Norton did a good job in Red Dragon. I like William Peterson a whole lot better as well.
So do I. Yeah. So do I.
I think William Peterson, and honestly, I like this cast better than Red Dragon. Like nothing's wrong with Red Dragon. I think Ray Fiennes does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, though, I prefer Tom Noonan though as Dolar Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tom Noonan is just haunting as Dolar Hyde. Right. And William Peterson's great. You have Dennis Farina in the sort
Then
of.
in Last Action
In,
Hero.
in the Harvey Keitel role in Red Dragon, it's Dennis Farina in this. You also have Stephen Lang as the Phyllis Seymour Hoffman character in Red Dragon. Stephen Lang plays the journalist.
Right.
A very young Stephen Lang. I think this might have been one of his first roles he ever did, actually.
Yeah.
You also have, like I said, Brian Cox as Lecter. You can see right there.
Mm-hmm.
And just an overall very stylistic movie. Definitely, I probably say it's my favorite Michael Mann movie. As much as I love Heat, which is another one I could have put on my top 10 for thrillers, I think this
is different movies, but Manhunter. I'd put Manhunter
and just getting and having the sign by Tom Noonan is just even more legendary.
He's tall, isn't he?
It's kind of funny. He wrote it he wrote it sideways. You owe me all. A line of his in the movie, and then wrote Tom Noonan.
Was he the only one who signed, or is there another?
Nah, that is the only person that's on here. Because everybody else on here doesn't do shows. Like,
Lady Right, you.
He wrote "You Owe Me All."
Oh yeah,
yeah, one of his lines in the movie. Yeah. And I tell you, one of the creepiest scenes in the movie is the parking lot security guard. He looks over in this direction. It's like a far back shot, and there's nothing there.
Yeah,
he turns away.
He looks
back over again. And there's the guy coming in the wheelchair, all caught on fire.
Yeah.
And
you like it in? Do you prefer that and Manhunter probably over Red Dragon, I guess.
Yeah, and Red Dragon is just like Phyllis Seymour Hoffman is just rolling down the street on fire. It's
the best parts of Red Dragon is Anthony Hopkins. That's
easily. This though, on the other hand, it's memorable with everybody.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
William Peterson has that one great line. It's just you and me now, sport.
Yes, when he's in that restaurant.
Joan Allen does a good job.
I don't think Manhunter gets enough credit. The people who know of Hannibal Lecter, it's like they only think of Anthony Hopkins just because of his performance in The Silence of the Lambs. And it's like no one ever remembers Brian Cox.
And I must say, Manhunter is also what's colorful about this is not only like the slipcover, but and the original poster art, but even the disc art is nice too. Like on the disc art, they have Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter.
That is cool.
Like I have the director's cut where it's in that red kind of artwork, and it.
Oh yeah, the old.
On the menus it has William pointing the gun.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I think I have that one.
The music for that is also wonderful.
Unfortunately, I think this collector's edition's out of print now.
It is. Yeah, I tried to get. Yeah.
And which is a shame because if you guys can find this for a decent price, definitely pick it up for the features because they interview pretty much everybody you can think of. They interview William Peterson, they interview Tom Noonan, Joan Allen, Brian Cox. The only person they don't have on here is Dennis Farina because he had passed away by this time.
Yes.
I just thought of this. I in my list, I put Red Eye, which has Brian Cox in it, and you have.
That's right, he is in it. Yeah, he plays Rachel. Isn't he Rachel McAdams' father?
Yes. Yeah, he's the father.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I didn't make that connection until you mentioned that. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
But yeah, Manhunter, easily my number 4. I love that film to death. I love when it comes to like serial killer movies. That's probably my favorite of all time.
I was saying, wonderful music score.
Well, that score is beautiful.
Mostly synthesizer, I think.
Yeah,
the score is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
By doesn't say who did the music on here. That sucks. But that's my number.
Probably in that one, but yeah.
All right, nice. My number 4 is a Scorsese film.
Goodfellas?
No.
Well, let's see. Hold on.
It's Cape Fear.
Oh, nice.
This movie's
come out wherever you are.
I still feel this is De Niro's best performance. I like Taxi Driver, but
Godfather.
I like this one. I feel like this is like the best that he's done. And you know what's weird about this movie? It was produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall. Like, what the hell? Like, really?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Like I never thought that.
Better than Blue Titty Milk. I know that.
She used to produce a lot of great things before she started being the CEO of Lucasfilm. I loved everything she had produced, like she was a producer of E.T.
Oh,
Hello.
I was not expecting that. Oh,
It's like Kathleen Kennedy. She was a producer of E.T. So this
I was
one,
forgetting that she did produce that. Yeah.
she was a great producer.
Yeah. She used to be.
before. And now, like Steven Spielberg wants nothing to do with her now. I think. From what
I mean, can you really blame the guy? Not really.
she didn't have ET lactating blue titty milk.
Well, then she produced some Indiana Jones films. I think.
Kathleen.
I know she had a great career.
I
Yeah, I
this
love
has a very
that one. Kate.
this movie has a very young Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't. Did she do Natural Born Killers after this? Or
After
was it
that, yeah.
That was after. Yes.
I think Natural Born Killers was 94.
Yeah, this was 91. This was 91.
Yeah.
Then that was after Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, and then Dusk Till Dawn was what, 96?
96.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so she was really young here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a great Scorsese movie if you haven't, seen it. De Niro and Scorsese are like this, man. They always do movies together.
Like
now they used to. Now it doesn't happen. They don't always collaborate much anymore, except for what was it?
The Irishman.
The Irishman was like the newest, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody came back for that. Joe Pesci came back, and Scorsese, and De Niro.
Yep.
Yeah, there was one person who didn't that Scorsese had collaborated with, but what can you do?
Yeah.
All right.
Got to fly around.
Yeah, damn fly. God. All right, number 4. Let's move on to number 3, Kenny.
Number 3, I like The Debt.
The Debt.
Yeah, this is back in 2010, where they both everyone in this has some kind of a debt that they pay later in life, and this is a really good thriller. I love watching this, and I think they take this one person, another one, like hostage, and they question him to give them information.
Okay.
So this
I'll have to check that one out. I don't think
this was in 2011.
2011. Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of a newer one. This is one of the ones with Sam Worthington that I really liked him in. And but it's like after this he started doing those weird movies like what was it? I think it was a sword fighting kind of film. Oh, Clash of the Titans. He was in Clash of the Titans, and then that second one.
Wrath of the Titans.
And then, but I think, like in this, I really do like him in. And this has Jessica Chastain also, right here. And let me see, because Tom Wilkinson again. There's some names in here that I sometimes have trouble saying. Kieran Hines and Barton Sokas. So this is an excellent one. Had you heard of this one, Thomas?
I've heard of it, yeah, but I don't think I've never seen it before.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you said you hadn't seen this as well, Rob.
I haven't seen it, no.
So this is one I highly recommend as well. So that's my 3.
All right, cool.
See, I got a few that have hardly been known.
Well, you got a lot there that I can actually put on my list to actually watch because some
Right.
of them I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I like that though, so I can watch new movies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Thomas. Top
My number
three.
three. Now for my number three, when it comes to thrillers, I could not leave this one off the list either. It has a great final line by this actor. The bad news is I've been suspended, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cop with James Woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite James Woods film. Easily my favorite. Just
Over, vampires.
Yeah.
I'd have to say my favorite. I really love The Hard Way.
The Hard Way is great.
Yeah.
I grew up on that, so it's like I have a special that has a special place in my heart.
I mean, Videodrome's great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Hard Way, Vampires. There's some other ones. He's pretty good in The Specialist as well.
He was also
The
he was in
Specialist.
Straw Dogs remake. He was in John Q.
John Q.
John Q. Underrated.
He's been a lot.
One of my favorite things he ever did was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas
Oh,
Mhm.
as Mike Torino.
yeah,
Who the fuck is this guy?
yeah.
When he first
You said The Specialist. I actually own that. I was thinking of putting that in the split one.
But when it comes to James Woods, like this is my favorite film of his, Cop. Just because it's one guy by himself going after a killer, and it's like this whole psychological of him being obsessed, and has like I said, has a great satisfying ending, great final shot. And the director of this, James B. Harris, went on to direct Boiling Point with Wesley Snipes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which
No
I
one
think
ever talks about
is
that one.
underrated.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten when you said Walter Hill. He directed 2 of those 48 Hours films.
He did, yeah.
I didn't want to go without mentioning that.
But Cop, easily my favorite my favorite role of James Woods, and I just love his intensity in this. I think I think James Woods had a lot. I think James Woods was a producer on the film. He was a big guy in the production of this film. He was very passionate about this project, and sadly, it didn't get seen. It didn't really do much at the box office. But I think this is an excellent thriller. I mean, guys out there, if you like James Woods and you like serial killer cop movies, easily check out Cop from 1988. Cop.
Isn't he also in that boxing film with Diggstown?
Oh, Diggstown, yeah.
Yeah, with
Lou Gossett Jr.
Lou Gossett Jr. Yeah.
And he's also really good in Bestseller with Brian Dennehy. And he's also really good in True Believer with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, True Believer, I think, just came out with a new edition.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And a Bestseller came out recently on Blu-ray.
I miss Brian Dennehy.
Brian Dennehy's great.
Oh, I love Brian Dennehy.
But yeah, number 3 is Cop.
All right. My number 3 is a sci-fi psychological thriller. And it is Sphere.
Nice.
I love watching that one.
I saw this in the theater, and I was blown away. This movie's actually kind of creepy.
Yes, it is.
It has some creepy moments.
Big cold sphere thing.
And like, this is a movie where you don't want to review it because you'll give stuff away because of what happens. But I love the underwater setting. I love the sci-fi take that they put on this, and it's by Michael Crichton, the story based on the book. And yeah, Dustin, you got some powerhouse actors here. You got Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, and Samuel Jackson. Yeah. Oh man, this movie.
Was that the same year or the year after or something?
98.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Outbreak, but that was 98.
This was 1998.
I remember I had some kind of a nice production kit thing where it was, I think it was like I had pictures from the production of it. I don't have that anymore with me, sadly.
Mhm. Yeah.
But that was cool. That's really neat.
This
I love Sphere.
this is probably in my top, I would say top 5 Dustin Hoffman films.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely
But
good one.
like, where would you put? What is it? The Graduate.
I yeah, I'd probably put The Graduate, but like Rain Man, Outbreak would definitely be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's my number 3.
All right.
All right, moving on to number 2. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Alex is in. Hey, Alex. All right. Yeah, my 2 Firewall.
Firewall. Okay, now that is a Harrison Ford movie that does not ever get talked about.
Yes,
Yeah,
I love watching.
no one talks about that one.
Yeah. Paul Bettany is excellent as the villain in this.
I like Paul
Very,
Bettany, and people give him a lot of crap.
he's
Wait,
great in the as a
wait
villain
before
in
he
this
was- wait
because
before
he's
he's
very understated.
Yeah, like Thomas, you said you like the movie Legion, don't you? I think it's a guilty.
Oh,
pleasure.
Legion, I like a lot. Yeah,
I like Legion a lot.
he's great in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the concept of it. Harrison is the I think he works at a bank and he's the technical person mainly, and he has to try and get money for Paul Bettany, but there's no easy way to do it, so he has to kind of break in a certain way to get
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So I love watching this, and this has
Well, thanks,
Regina
Alex.
Madsen.
Hey, Alex, we got to get you on one of these times, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
One of these
that
times
I would love that. But this is definitely underrated. I'd watched this recently, and I love watching this. This is incredibly underrated as far as
Yes.
Harrison Ford. That is.
That's criminally underrated. Yeah.
Deserves
Have
more talk.
you've probably seen this, Thomas? I guess.
Yeah,
This was in 2006.
deserves more talk.
It does. Yeah. Yep.
What did he say?
He said it deserves more. It deserves more. People talking about it. It deserves more.
Yes, it surely does. This gets more. Any, I know, any people who do tend to talk about this don't really review it or talk about it very.
And it gets a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it gets a bad rap. But this is one that I really do enjoy, so that's my 2.
You will return. Yes, you better. Damn you.
I will return.
You better return. I'll drag your ass here.
Don't do that.
I'll walk up to where you are.
Right.
It'll take me about a day to get there. But anyway, all right, Thomas, you're number 2.
Or have him run to you like
Oh
you
yeah, he'll
did.
do the flash run.
Yeah.
My number 2, easily had to mention this one. Survive the Night.
I figured you'd put that on there. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
I think I know what your number 1 is, Thomas.
We'll find out soon. But basically, the female version of Judgment Night. That's basically what it is. Like I've recommended this film to Rob for so many years. He finally got the chance to see it recently.
Yep.
And really enjoyed the film too. What's kind of funny is like I remember you were talking about this, and you mentioned like how the main villain in this always kind of reminds you of Terry Silver a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Who
He does.
Who autographed it?
Larry Gilliard Jr. He was the guy in the Water Boy.
Oh yeah.
Kenny, have you seen Judgment Night?
Yes.
Okay, so Survive the Night, just imagine Survive the Night is like women. It's like women instead of the guys.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
like a version of Judgment Night, but it's women.
It's a
basically.
little bit. The plot's a little bit different.
It's a little bit different, but it's still like it's in that same kind of like I don't know, like they're in the bad neighborhood. There's
There's people that want to kill them.
people
Right.
coming after them. It's It's kind of
Although Judgment Night was more about them witnessing a murder. While
witnessing a murder. Yeah,
this one was more about them just running out of gas and being in the wrong place. At the
right.
wrong
Yeah,
time, pretty much.
yeah.
And the cast is great. The three women you have: Stephanie Powers, you have Kathleen Robertson from Scary Movie 2 and Beverly Hills 90210. You have Helen Shaver from Tremors 2 and Land Before Time, the original Amityville Horror, and the some of the villains in here. You have the guy that plays Ice. I don't know if you ever saw Cabin Fever Patient Zero.
Yeah, I have it.
He was the doctor. He was the doctor
with Sean Austin, right?
Yeah, remember he was the
doctor. Yeah,
he's the villain in this. Larry Gilliard Jr. I mentioned before. He's in here. Other people in here that are in the cast. Trying to think who else. I always remember the not like I guess you would say the grandmother of the character of Kathleen Robertson. The other family member is I forget her name, but she was in Happy Birthday to Me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her from that. I forget her character in Happy Birthday to Me, but the older lady in Happy Birthday to Me, she's in here as well in a small part. Funny enough, the musical score in this is great, by the way. But the musical score is done by Fred Mullen, who did Friday the 13th Part 7 and 8. Although I think this Kenny, look what it says on the back of the DVD. Remember how me and Robert talking about Judgment Night? Look what it says on the back of the DVD.
Yes, I got you. I know.
Yeah, it even says it right there.
Version of Judgment Night. It always is weird to me when we spell judgment with that extra E there after the G.
Yeah, they do it with the extra E.
That must be a British way of spelling judgment.
I mean, and luckily for you guys, and luckily for Rob, there is a website where you can get a DVD-R of this. Because if you try going on eBay or Amazon to look for this actual copy, good luck. It is going to
talk about a rare movie. That's like
it is going to run you for a lot of money. One
of the rarest movies. So,
and I got this as a birthday gift back in I want to say it was 2011, and I think I got it for maybe $13. Now on eBay, the last I saw it goes for almost $800.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's crazy.
But if you like Judgment Night and you want to see another version of that out there, definitely pick this up. And Kenny, if you want me to, I'll send you the link to where you can get the DVD-R.
That'd be good. Yeah, I'd like that.
And you can get your own case for it and everything. It comes with $20-some.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely worth it. But anyways, that's my number 2.
All right, cool. My number 2 has already been mentioned.
Oh, it has?
Yeah. And it is Unlawful Entry.
Unlawful Entry.
I love this movie so much. Probably top 5 Kurt Russell films, top 5 Ray Liotta films. It's so good. But yeah, we've already talked about it. But yeah, the psycho cop falls in love with Kurt Russell's wife. I love the part where he's standing in the bedroom and they're having sex, and he's standing there and he puts the flashlight on when he could have just stood there and watched the show. Instead, he's sitting there and he watches them have sex and he turns the flashlight on. And then they're like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "What the hell is he doing?"
That's the first one that is repeat, or maybe someone else is mentioning.
Oh yeah, this is the first same on the list.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, this is a great movie, guys. Like Thomas said, you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. So that's my number 2.
Okay, now we are on the numero uno.
Number 1.
Changing Lanes.
Oh,
okay.
This is one I really do like, but with Ben Affleck and Samuel L. Jackson. This was directed by Roger Mitchell.
Hey man, you can't just leave me out here like this.
But this is one I think is incredibly underrated. I love the dynamic between them.
Ben Affleck's good in it too.
I think he's I don't know. I think he's a lawyer or something. I know he's in that kind of field. And then they get into an accident with each other. And then that's when the whole back and forth between them happens. They both try to do something to the other, and it destroys a part of their lives.
Yeah.
This
That's a good one.
This is 2002. So, had
You know
you
what's funny,
seen
Kenny?
this one? What?
You know what's funny?
Huh?
The movie that I'm going to mention and my number one came out in 2002 as well.
This?
No, but it came out in 2002.
Oh, okay.
I find that really funny. Okay.
Yeah. Well, had you seen this, Thomas?
I have. It's a good one.
Yeah. So I really do enjoy this one. So there we go. My one.
Awesome. That's a good number one. There you go. All right.
See, I was trying my best to try and find ones that wouldn't be.
Well, you succeeded. You succeeded in that. That's a lot of that.
That was the hard part for me.
I think 4 of those movies I have not seen, or maybe 3 or 4 of them. So
it was really difficult for me to try and pick this out. I was really going into the weeds with mine.
Yeah. All right. Well, Thomas, it is your time to show us your number one.
Again, yeah.
I didn't know that, Thomas.
Did you not really know?
I figured that would be.
Get out of here.
I honestly. Well, yeah.
Judgment Night easily had to be my favorite thriller of all time. It's my favorite movie of all time, for God's sake. I've talked about this film so many times before. I fell in love with this film for the first time back in, was it 2010, when I had the DVD. And I fell in love with the film ever since.
I remember when you used to like order a pizza or something, like, and you would be like, I'm eating my pizza and I'm gonna watch Judgment Night. And then
you're right.
Ritual I did. I was always watching this.
Yeah,
I just couldn't get enough of this movie. I tell you, I could not get enough of this.
Oh, that's great.
That is funny. Savannah Night and Judgment Night.
Yeah,
they're my top 2 favorite movies of all time. And I think, just having Warner Archive releasing a Blu-ray of this is great.
I know. I jumped on that.
The film looks excellent in HD. It was great, great seeing it in HD.
I still got my DVD too.
I do too, because it's signed by Steven Dorff.
Oh
yeah.
But I mean, what more can you say about this film that hasn't been said before? Emilio Estevez is great. Cuba Gooding Jr., Jeremy Piven, Stephen Dorff, Dennis Leary as the villain is great. Easily one of my favorite villains in a movie of all time. And what's cool about Dennis Leary is like he's menacing, but at the same time he's also really funny, which is kind of rare for a villain. And it's hard to balance like being funny and being very serious. And I think Dennis Leary does both very well. And the soundtrack in here is fantastic. You're just another victim, kid. You're just another victim, kid.
Yeah, it has a really famous hip hop soundtrack. Right?
And the opening and ending song, do 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 do, falling, do 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 do.
Well, that's better than move along, I know you.
Yeah.
There you go, Alex. If you're watching, if you're still here, move along.
What more can I say? I mean, I talked about the film so many times before. Judgment Night is my favorite thriller.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's
a great pick. Yeah,
there's nothing more thrilling than that movie. I mean, it is. It's like it's a cat thriller. Is
that another one I like of Dennis Leary is that the Christmas comedy, The Ref.
The Ref, yeah.
I think that was a year after Judgment Night.
Yeah,
because
I think it was
the ref was in 94.
Move Along is the greatest song.
No.
Fuck you.
Oh, I just shit my pants.
Okay, no. What is this scene?
Did you really?
Well, if I try to let it rip a little bit harder, I'm gonna poop my pants.
Did you?
Oh god, it fucking stinks.
Oh, great. Yeah, like the fog again.
Woo!
All right, Rob.
Woo! All right.
Okay.
What is your number one?
All right. My number one came out in 2002, and I don't think you're going to expect this, but this is my favorite thriller of all time, and it is 1 Hour Photo.
1 hour
I know
photo.
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams. This, you know,
My
man,
favorite role is my favorite movie of his, by the way.
my favorite movie is Missed Doubtfire for Robin, but this is, as far as serious roles, he's done plenty. I mean, What Dreams May Come is another good one, but
The Final Cut.
yeah, this, oh man, this is on another level here. This movie is crazy. It's like he's this obsessed guy who makes photos, and like he's obsessed with his family, this random family,
Right.
and then he finds out something within the family, so he like tries to sabotage. You know, it's, I don't want to give really a lot of way about it, but it's like it's a different role. I don't see him as some kind of like obsessed person.
You don't see that much anymore now, where they're actually film strips like that.
He had to take a seminar. It was like a 2 or 3 day seminar on how to make photos to prepare for this role. He actually had to do that. So, like when you see him making the photos and doing all that stuff in the montages, he's really doing that.
That's actually him doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember. Yeah, I remember 1 hour photos. It was like that kind of pissed me off when you had to like wait an hour and then they close and like, you know, pick them up the next day because it wasn't done on time.
And
It's almost like Insomnia.
Insomnia is great.
Insomnia is good. Yeah, that's a good one too. But this is definitely as far as thrillers, this is definitely my favorite thriller. It's I can watch this over and over again and not get tired of
And
it.
the wife of the family is Connie Nielsen, Queen of Ottawa from Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
she's been in a lot of good movies too.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
Gladiator, yeah.
Yeah, so that's my number one.
Mission to Mars, I think.
Mission to Mars, yes.
Mars, yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to do like a quick recap?
Yeah,
So
let's recap.
For the people who haven't been watching for a long time, we can do a quick recap of what we have. So do you want to start, Kenny? You want to do a quick recap?
Yeah, my 10 was Broken. Broken. 9, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. 8, The Clearing. This is underrated, I feel. 7, The Ghostwriter. And 8, 6, The Interpreter. 5, Primeval. 4, Tequila Sunrise. 3, The Debt. 2, Firewall. And 1, Changing Lanes.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, Alex, Toys with Robin Williams. I have that on VHS, and that's it. I don't have
I got it on DVD. It was hard to find the DVD, but I found it used for new for maybe $15.
Toys, yeah.
Oh, you have it. Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, great list, Kenny. I will say that is really good list. A lot of underrated, and if you guys have not seen any of the movies that Kenny mentioned, definitely put on your watch list.
That was really difficult for me to try and find trying to figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Thomas, recap.
Number 10, Southern Comfort.
Mm-hmm.
9, Trespass. 8, Falling Down.
Mm-hmm.
And then my number 7 was trying to remember what my number 7 was again.
You have it out of order now.
So remember, 10 was Southern Comfort, 9 was Trespass, 8 was Falling Down.
Mm-hmm. You showed it.
My number 7's right here. 7, Breakdown.
Breakdown.
6, Unlawful Entry. 5, Raw Courage. 4, Manhunter.
Mm-hmm.
3 was Cop. 2, Survive the Night, which is over there, but I'll get it.
That's okay. Yeah,
No, it's okay.
Okay.
You put it. Okay.
Survive the Night
Mhm.
was all the way over there, and of course, my number 1, Judgment Night.
Mhm. Now you got your camera pointing up a bit too. There you go.
Again, another great list.
Mhm.
Some in there that are very popular, and some are really underrated. So
I think that was most mine. Not
I
really
mean,
popular.
it's a really nice mix. Action thrillers and
Mhm.
All right. Well, number 10 for me is Fall.
Mhm.
9, Red Eye.
Mhm.
8, Hard Candy. 7, River Wild. 6, Taken. 5, The Fan.
You okay?
4, Cape Fear. 3, Sphere.
Mhm.
2, Unlawful Entry. And 1 Hour Photo.
Hardly anyone ever talks about Sphere, though.
Sphere's good.
Yeah.
People used to talk about it, but no one ever talks about it anymore. It's like
At the time, it was big.
at the time it was, yeah.
Mhm.
Like I said, I saw it in theater, and I remember people just
I did
being
too.
like, "Man, that movie's creepy." Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, the gold sphere. It's almost like Event Horizon in a way.
yeah, that's another good one. All right, well, yeah, guys, that
Look
is
Alex, all your lists were vastly different.
vastly different. Well, that's good. That means that except for me and Thomas we had unlawful entry in different spots, but still,
Other than that, everybody's list was vastly different from each other's.
yeah,
I like the horror remakes.
Yeah,
yeah.
was like
That was a funny one though.
Now I changed that format, which I'm really glad I did.
Yeah, that's our top 10 thrillers, and hope everyone enjoyed. Thomas is going to reveal what our next topic's going to be for episode 4. And
That's right.
Thomas, do you want to let that out? Let me reword that. Pull down your pants and show it.
But yeah, so the topic for next week's horrific hangout is going to be our top 10 favorite 90s horror movies. So basically that means anywhere from 1990 to 1999, we're going to pick our top 10 favorite horror films from that decade.
Okay.
So that should be a very interesting.
That's going to be hard.
That's going to be a very but I tell you what, the tough ones are always the fun ones to do because you can always switch it around, and
that's true.
so many movies to choose from. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I know there are a lot from the 90s that I enjoy.
Yeah,
watching.
there's a lot of them.
Scream. Okay. Yeah.
Speaking of Alex, there's so many I can think of. Arachnophobia, Sixth Sense. Like I can think of so many.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. There's so many. Like that's why.
But I hope you guys are up for that challenge, though.
I am up for it. Oh yeah. It shouldn't be too hard.
And and that is what
It's
she
gonna be
said.
too
Favorite
hard
90s horror movie.
when I
yeah.
think about it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be hard, but then it shouldn't be because there are so many good ones that I should just be able to pick them just like that, you know.
Right.
So we'll
Because
see how.
most people think the 70s and 80s are the best, but everyone overlooks
Well,
90s. But I really like 90s.
The
I'm big
90s,
on.
the 90s had a lot of good horror films.
I don't know. I'm big on 80s. Like I don't know if I prefer 80s over 90s, but there's a lot of good 80s ones.
Yeah, there is.
Isn't Breakdown? It's a Breakdown. Wasn't that kind of like a horror?
Breakdown. No, that's thriller.
It's more of an action.
It's more of an action thriller. It's more
Oh, I'm
suspense.
thinking of the Joy.
This is sort of horror for 80s in a way.
Yeah, Manhunter could probably be classified as horror. I mean, yeah, but all right, guys. Well, yeah, that's going to be our topic for the next stream. So, do you guys want to just continue on with Sundays?
Yeah, our usual 7 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, if anything changes, I will update everybody in the community tab. I'll just, if something happens. But yeah, we're going to shoot for Sunday at 7 p.m. Central. And hopefully we can get Alex with us and, see where it goes from there.
You will return.
Yeah, he will return.
He better.
On our terms. You hear that, Alex?
Whipped.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this stream, and I want to thank, Dale, Super Jam Brothers, Anthony,
Alex.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
That was it. Yep.
Yeah.
There was a few in here.
Yeah, I was really surprised that we got especially since we were supposed to do this last weekend, but I had family that was visiting me from another state that just popped up, and I'm just like, oh, I need to probably take care of that. So, so yeah, but we'll plan on this, next Sunday as scheduled. So I'm trying to do these every weekend, so we at least keep it consistent and,
Yeah.
Right.
So
like for some of mine, there was in my top 10 remakes, there was one I was wanting to review, but I wanted to wait till we got through this before I reviewed it. So it was kind of frustrating for me waiting 2 weeks.
yeah.
And I had my thrillers all ready to go, so I was anxious to show those.
Yeah, Vin Diesel always says family. What an idiot. I don't got friends. I got family.
Yeah, and he sometimes what is it? Like he distances his family sometimes.
Fast and the Furious stream coming soon. No.
I don't mind them, but I don't know if we.
I know. I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, like I said, thanks to everyone who came on and hit the thumbs up and join us next time. Like I said, this coming.
There you go. Family.
My family.
You butthole. Like like Jason Momoa says in the newest one. He's like, you butthole.
Right.
So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to end the stream. And again, thanks for coming on.
Great. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
All right.
See you guys later.
All right. See you next time.